Do you ever look back over the course of your life and consider the unusual pattern of sharp lines and scattered spaces in the places where you imagined a straight, simple path? Perhaps what was supposed to be a quick, easy shortcut turned out to be an unexpected detour instead. Or maybe there have been times when you found yourself heading north, east, and west just to finally arrive at the southern destination you intended from the start. As I enjoyed a pleasant afternoon with my nieces this week, I thought about how our lives are formed with purpose. The way God works in and through each one of us from a young age, even when we don't always recognize His hand guiding us forward. It's interesting to think about how He connects the dots, linking together life experiences that seem unrelated on the surface, like when we travel left to go right, or when we're led off of the direct path for a more circuitous route to build the necessary foundation for a long-term plan. On a map, it might not make sense, but if we stop to consider the qualities and characteristics being developed along the way, there's no question of intentional design. Like He did with our fathers and mothers in the faith, God starts working out a plan long before His true purpose is ever revealed. For them, the forming and shaping of a projected outcome probably seemed to lack clear purpose, as it sometimes does for us when all we can see is the messy middle moments. Earlier this week, I thought of Moses, born to Israelite parents, raised as Egyptian royalty, humbled in the desert, and ultimately used by God as one of the greatest leaders of all time. And David, a young shepherd turned strong, fearless giant slayer in defense of his God and His people. And finally, a king after God's own heart. And Esther, an orphan raised by her older cousin, elevated to Shushan the palace as Queen of Persia, and eventually used as a mouthpiece of deliverance for the people of God who were being persecuted for their faith. Reflecting on their lives from a place where we can now put all the pieces together for a clear vision, it might feel like their paths were woven together with a more special design than our own. And in many ways they were, because we all have a different calling. But what if the things that don't make sense today are building blocks for a bigger plan? What if God is preparing us for what's next, and soon enough all the puzzle pieces will fit together and form a panoramic view of His greater purpose? Until then, we have an opportunity to navigate the unexpected seasons with grace, to take pleasure in the simple joys of life, and to have confidence in God's plan, where the middle moments don't always determine the final destination.